Today, we're diving headfirst into the delicious world of healthy desserts. Yep, you heard that right. We're going to talk about how you can completely reinvent your favorite sweet treats so you can enjoy every single bite without derailing your health goals. All right, let's jump right in.
You know the feeling, right? You finish a fantastic dessert, and then that little voice creeps in. Ooh, you're gonna regret that. It's that classic nagging feeling of dessert guilt. We've all been there.
But what if you could tell that little voice to take a hike? Well, today we're going to show you exactly how. It all comes down to a few super simple ingredient swaps that can turn your favorite desserts into treats that are not only delicious, but actually good for you.
Okay, before we even think about opening the recipe book, let's talk about what's driving those cravings in the first place. Because, understanding why you have a sweet tooth is the very first step to making it work for you, not against you.
A lot of the time, our cravings aren't really about being hungry. Sometimes it's as simple as your body screaming for a quick shot of energy. Other times you might be tired or stressed and you're just looking for a little comfort, a little boost. And for many of us, it's just a habit, right? We've trained ourselves to connect dessert with relaxing or as a reward. Figuring out your own personal triggers, well, that's a total game changer. So now that we have a better handle on our cravings, let's get into why it's so important to be a little more mindful about sugar. It really all comes down to how our bodies process the sweet stuff and the ripple effect it has on our overall health.
You might be surprised by this. The official dietary guidelines for Americans, they recommend that less than 10% of our daily calories come from added sugars. So, if you're eating about 2,000 calories a day, that's only about 12 teaspoons of sugar. Now think about this. A single slice of cake from a restaurant can have way more than that. It can completely blow past your entire daily limit in just a few bites. Crazy, right?
To really make smart choices, we need to understand something called the glycemic index, or GI. The easiest way to think about it is like a sugar roller coaster. High GI foods, they send your blood sugar skyrocketing up and then crashing right back down. Low GI foods, on the other hand, give you a slow, steady release of energy. The goal here is to stay off that roller coaster. And here's a perfect example of what we're talking about. Look at white sugar. It has a GI of 100. That's like flooring the accelerator on your blood sugar. But then you have date sugar, which is literally just ground up whole dates. Its GI is only 42. Why the huge difference? Because the date sugar still has all the fruit's natural fiber, which gives your body a much gentler ride. This shows you that not all sweeteners are created equal, not by a long shot. So, how do we actually put all this great knowledge into practice? Well, let's open up our Smart Swap Toolkit. This is where we get into the fun stuff. The simple substitutions you can make to create some genuinely amazing, healthier desserts.
First up, sweeteners. Instead of that super refined white sugar, try something like date sugar or coconut sugar. They're way less processed. And hey, if a recipe calls for honey or maple syrup, unsweetened applesauce or mashed banana are fantastic swaps. Not only do they add natural sweetness, but they also bring awesome stuff like fiber and potassium to the party.
Okay, next let's talk fats. And this is where things get really creative. Instead of butter or oil in your baked goods, try using pureed avocado or pumpkin. I know, it sounds a little wild, but they add incredible moisture plus healthy fats and fiber. And for that creamy, rich texture, non-fat Greek yogurt is a brilliant stand-in for heavy cream, and you get a serious protein boost as a bonus.
And finally, flour. Things like almond or coconut flour are awesome gluten-free alternatives to regular white flour. But for a swap that's gonna blow your mind, try replacing the flour in your brownies with pureed black beans. Seriously, trust me on this one. It creates this incredibly fudgy, rich texture, and it adds a massive dose of plant-based protein and fiber. Nobody will ever guess the secret ingredient.
So, with all these amazing swaps in our back pocket, what does a healthy dessert actually look and taste like? Let's take a peek at some of the delicious possibilities, because this is where it gets really exciting. Just imagine digging into a rich, silky avocado chocolate mousse, or a super fudgy flourless black bean brownie, or how about a decadent chocolate zucchini cake? The possibilities are just endless. You could have refreshing strawberry chocolate Greek yogurt bark, or these elegant lemon blueberry cheesecake jars. See? Healthy baking isn't about restriction at all. It's all about delicious, creative innovation.
Feeling inspired? I hope so. Here's a super simple 3-step plan to help you put all these ideas into practice and really create a more mindful, enjoyable approach to dessert.
First things first, start small. You don't have to go and overhaul your entire kitchen overnight. Just begin by swapping out maybe 25 to 50% of one ingredient and see how it goes. Second, get in your own kitchen. Baking at home means you have complete control. You know exactly what's going into your body. And third, maybe create some new rituals. If dessert is your go-to way to unwind, try swapping it with a calming cup of herbal tea or getting lost in a good book instead.
You know, as dietitian Leslie Ellie says, enjoying treats mindfully can have a huge impact on your health without, and this is the key part, without sacrificing flavor. It's not about giving up the things you love, it's just about making smarter choices that nourish your body and your soul. So the only question left is, what delicious, nourishing dessert are you going to create first?